Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Grand Tactician's The Civil War. We are jumping right into battle here against George McClellan and the Department of Pennsylvania and the Army of Occupation at the Second Battle of Winchester here. The last time we fought was in the last episode at Winchester using this same army, and we actually fought up here on Apple Pie Ridge. Well, what the Federals have done is they are coming from the north, and they are going to end up down here towards the south because this is the victory point down here. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is the only victory point on the map other than this one over here on Sandy Ridge. But I'm pretty sure they're going to try to get to this one first because that one's worth 5 points as this one is worth, well, that one's worth 5 points too. I thought it was worth 1 point. But we'll be alright. I think we will see it through here. If they start to come from this direction, actually we'll take Stuart and have him go over by the toll house here. Make sure nothing fishy goes on in the flanks of our army. So what we've done is we've actually had this fence here at the first place. So some nice little farmer put up a fence here to use his crops in this field of corn here. And what we've done is we've kind of added on to his fence a little bit. And it extends across the road and all that good stuff. And we are dug in pretty well against this federal force that is coming down onto us. So this is the Union War of Aggression. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to extend the, fortification line a little bit over here just in case he decides to come down this direction. And that's all the points. So down here is in the little corner here is our engineering points, and we didn't have a whole lot of engineering points just because it is the just the third battle basically of the series. It's only August 22nd, so we'll go back to 10 times here and wait for the enemy to show up. And Johnson does not need to be right smack dab in front of his artillery. We'll get him the heck out of that way. Telling our artillery to bombard. And we actually have another brigade. Our South Carolinians under David Jones decided to join us for this battle. So a big shout out to David Jones and his South Carolinians in their tan uniforms here. So thank you for showing up there, Mr. Jones. Makes it a little bit more even of a battle. And uh-oh, as I'm talking, they're coming down the other side here. That's not great. So they are going to attempt to flank us. So we have to get our men up in a hurry. We'll bring Pendleton and we'll bring him right next. Well, we'll bring Pelham and put him right next over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring B out, hopefully to distract him a little bit. So we're going to times 10 it. Might as well. It takes so long for orders to get there, but that's one of the things I love about this game. It's historical in that direction. Stewart's cavalry over there. They're kind of separated at the moment. They're sending skirmishers out to us. Stonewall Brigade in first contact. We're going to slow it down to 5. Take Pelham. We'll move Pelham. Bartow's brigade is exhausted, going into the fight exhausted, which is not good. We gotta bring B down more. B gotta come down quicker, man, everybody. Come on. Just a quick step. Use the quick step there, buddy. The Stonewall Brigade is, for the moment, holding as Bartow takes his sweet time to get here. And the artillery is opening up and trying to save Stonewall's brigade. We have more reinforcements coming down. The Department of Pennsylvania. Must be all the Department of Pennsylvania, I'm assuming. This is just the 1st Division. And the 2nd Division, I'm assuming. So, alright, so there's that. The Stonewall Brigade has held their own. We're going to slow it down to times 2 because there's a lot of things happening right now. Try to give them an order to halt their advance here. We want to move Baldwin up. Lag him just a little bit. We want to move David Jones, continuing to move here. This might be a good advantage by B's division. Bartow, his men are exhausted. He's just getting into position. We're going to ask him to move a little bit more. Come on, Jones, get in a good spot here. Come on, buddy. You are in an excellent position to just destroy this artillery and this brigade. They're going to take cover down by this fence here. I hope, yes, they are in cover within the fence, so they're getting a little bit of cover. Pour it into them, boys. Pour it into them. There we go. The artillery is shaken. Bartow's Georgians are coming in. Still exhausted from battle, and Jones has broken, probably because that our artillery. Oh boy, we're going to have another general to replace. We got to get better with that. Wish they would nerf that. But Fate is finally getting his action in as well. Jones at all. Dang. Brand new regiment. They're broken like that. Brand new brigade. That is a shame right there. We'll send the Stonewall Brigade after these fleeing Federals. Same thing with Bartow's Gordons. I think this spells doom here for this. I think the battle is just about over. We're going to hit 10 times here just to get rid of everybody here. And there we go. There it is. So the enemy is retreating. Poor David Jones. They're panicked now, which is better. Still don't think we can move them. They're routed. Yeah. Not going to be able to do anything with them, unfortunately. That is a darn shame right there. So the casualties, our casualties are 1,160, and theirs is 2,300. 13% casualties on their side, 9% casualties on our side. And David Jones is becoming unstable, so I don't know if this is going to save his rank or not. That's really unfortunate. I wish he would have not have routed because of that artillery. I thought that was going to be a better position for him than out in the field, but I guess not. I guess that canister just really started to scare them. But we'll find out here in the closing aspects of this battle. Another Confederate victory. Military experience rises 1%, as the enemy's national morale drops 0.81%. Nothing about David Jones being defamed, which is good so far. So let's check the news article before we jump to any conclusions here. I'm tired of seeing Confederate commanders' names in the newspapers for being defamed. I want them to be in the newspaper for being famous. Alright, so Colonel Thomas loses face, so this must be George Thomas on the opposing on the enemy's side, so that is good. So I'm glad to see the support for the Yankee cause wavering, and I'm glad to see George Thomas in the news instead of a Confederate commander in the news, so that's nice on either side. So let's click on the Army of the Shenandoah to make sure it was not Jones. And it was not Jones. Jones is still safe. He is not defamed or anything like that, so that is very nice. Baldwin really getting in there. Garnett really got in there this battle. Bartow's guys were, unfortunately, they were really exhausted before the battle could even really start. So I was surprised to see that. And Stewart is very famous. So even foreign newspapers love writing about him. So that's pretty funny. But you never see anything about, you never see anybody becoming, famous like that in the game. I hope more Commander things are coming in new and fresher updates. But let's go ahead and continue the campaign here, as the West Virginia militia is now here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Army of the Northwest and we're going to push into, technically this is West Virginia, but it's Virginia right now because West Virginia hasn't seceded from the Confederacy. It's still a part of Virginia at the moment. I've never seen the AI frantically try to get West Virginia to secede from the Confederacy. Army of Indiana is moving north for whatever reason. That's my foreign intervention on, puts 20%, so it's not like the British are going to intervene real soon. So August 30th. And the only action we have seen is here in the east. And one real major battle, and that was at Manassas here. The Army of the Northwest has went back into Beverly, and I think it would be a really smart decision to take Grafton, because right now the Army of the Northwest is starting to lose quite a bit of supplies here. They're down to 72% on their supplies, 71%, and by the time they get to Grafton, they're going to be hurting for supplies, and they'll still have to capture it. Oh, the Union calls for volunteers. They got 2-year contracts going on, so I think the next policy update that we'll have to do is the 2-year one instead of the 1-year one. And there is our industrialization policy number 2, new ironclad designs. So there's our policies. Speaking of policies, we're going to hit the Militia Act 2 for 2-year troops. And the Army of the Northwest is besieging Grafton here. They've taken the supply depot outside Grafton. I'm going to bring the Hampton Division up in this direction, hopefully in support of the Army of the Northwest. Now, whatever they throw at us, we're probably not going to hold on to it. We're probably just going to retreat, because this is militia here. The Beverly Militia and the Grafton Militia, we have not even 600 men in these anymore. So the likelihood of these guys really holding on to Grafton is not great. Don't want to defame more commanders. Let's go check on the Army of Indiana, see what they are up to. They are in the middle of Wisconsin here. Not sure what they're, my bad, not Wisconsin, but Michigan. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're just hanging out in the middle of Michigan in the wilderness. Maybe they're doing some wilderness survival training. Good for them. Not sure who that commander is, but good enough for them. And the army, they just looks like they started to create an army of Tennessee. So that's another army we have to watch out for down in this lower portion of the West here. And the Army of the West is starting to move, and they have 18,000, going to have 30,000 men. Holy cow. Okay, we have to get something going here in the West as well. Still, we have basically militia-sized units here in the Missouri Guard. Not really going to help us out when it comes to 30,000 men. So what we're going to do is, we won't take anybody from Kansas, nobody from Kentucky, nobody from Louisiana. Do we have any Missouri units? No. Not enough to create a Mississippi Brigade. Just enough to make a Texas Brigade, so we'll bring a Texas Brigade out. See if that helps with anything on this side of the world. Put a Tennessee Brigade in charge here. Not a Tennessee, but a Texas. Just in case they decide to move in. It's going to take a while for this Texas Brigade to even get its foothold into this area. So we'll put Greer in charge of that. And can we do anything else to help this Army of the West out for the moment? Can't really do much else. They got 24 days till they show up. And can't really do anything else. We have just too much really militia going on here. But hey, at least we were able to put a brigade there. Godspeed to the men in the West. Okay, so Army of the Northwest still besieging Grafton. They are at, let's see, is there a percentage here? I thought I saw a percentage here. Not taxes. %49 captured. So it's very slow going here. So we're going to send the Hampton Division up and hopefully help out the militia there. Now D.H. Hill is in the Hampton Division with an artillery battery. So hopefully they can help the besieging go a little bit quicker. So with the change to our... Oh, we have the Battle of Fort Smith. Where's that at? Oh my, look at that. So the Army of the West has come down. And there's our 2-year contract. Little is it going to help the Army of the West at the moment, because we are besieging Fort Smith here. Not great. Looks like they're routing some units here and there. Now this is a new section here. It's very interesting because I don't really know what is going on here. Seems like this is... I mean, it looks very nice, I will say that, but it looks like a very quick overview of a siege. And it looks like most of his brigades are routed, other than his artillery. And for me, it looks like I still have most of my brigades still going. Whiteman's brigade and Pierce's brigade are broken. The Fort Smith garrison broke. But they're engaged. And looks like I have the Missouri militia still available, along with the cavalry and my artillery. So it looks like we're going to win this battle, looks like, maybe, perhaps. Very, very cool, very interesting interface here. That's for sure. We'll continue with the siege, I guess. Well, let's go to policies first and see what we can do here in the policies. The steamers will be armed and put into service, while more ships will be available to the Navy sooner. The trading fleet will suffer, and the transportation capacity of ports will be reduced by 7%. This allows unarmored fourth rates as well as paddle steamers to produce. We don't really want to do that at the moment. We'll do a diplomacy act. We'll get some rifles for us, some Enfield rifles. And victory at Fort Smith. Let's go ahead and pause this real quick and look at our army here. And looks like we are in for a park. So looks like we didn't take too many casualties, or even officer casualties, which is kind of nice. Slack has 2. Interesting, very interesting. So does Parsons. Okay, alright, I see what you're coming at, I guess. Alright, so since these guys are more regiments, we'll give them some classic rifles. Some classic muskets instead of mixed muskets. Fayetteville rifled musket and a Richmond rifled musket. We can only wish for those. That's for sure. Alright, let's continue. Looks like we're rebuilding a fort here. It's gonna take a bit. So that was 22,000 men in that army. We just fended them off with mostly just the fort and our militia. So that was nice. Have we taken Grafton yet? We're still besieging Grafton, but it looks like it's almost done. It's at 99%, and voila! Grafton is now ours to control. Okay. So with the taking of Grafton, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to combine both of these forces. Not going to have multiple forces over here. That just seems like it would be stupid, especially in the early goings of the war. So we're going to transfer them all over to Magruder's army of the Hampton Division. That way Garnett's army will just disappear. And I might even just take, I think Hill's going to be a division commander here more sooner than later. As long as everything goes okay and he doesn't get defamed. But we'll leave the militia units where they're at. And same thing with the artillery. And the other, for whatever reason, the other artillery didn't transfer over. Which is a shame because now it is gone. Oh no, there it is. Transfer, please. Gotta grab the artillery. There we go, and move it over. All right, there we go. Perfect. So now we have 2 artillery units over here. Perfect. All right, lovely. And how about we change the name of this army too? How about we change it to the West Virginia Occupation? West Virginia Occupation. West Virginia Occupation Force. There we go. Lovely. And it's October already. It is October 17th. And the Union has called for 3-year contracts, and they're going to start to really forming up their regiments against us. So let's see how many men they have in their whole armies as all together. So they have 113,000 men, while we only have 71,000. Now their armies morale and their national support, their national morale is not great. I'll say that at the least. They've taken much more casualties than we have, so that's okay. So we're getting there. We're going to probably end up winning this war. Now, how quick we end up winning it is obviously going to be up to us. Oh, there's the army of the Southwest Missouri. That's a new army. It's interesting. They're really focusing on the West, as I thought they would. They haven't really focused on anything in the East, which I'm surprised. Because right now, Washington is open for the taking. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the West Virginia Occupation Force, and we're going to replace D.H. Hill and put a different commander in charge of this brigade here. We'll put Baylor in charge. And we'll promote Hill to division command. Oh, where are you, Hill? I know there's a search command for him, but I think the search things here are bugged. I don't touch any of these other than the filters for the states. Everything over here I think is just bugged, like beyond relief. So I don't even touch that. I don't attempt to touch it either. So let's get another division over here. Robert Garnett is more of a division for artillery, so we'll put the artillery here. And we'll bring in another division commander. Oh look, Kirby Smith is back, everybody. Not so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, we'll put Typhlodius Holmes in charge of this division. And let's see. Oh yeah, we'll give him some North Carolinians. Because I think he is even from North Carolina. So let's give him another North Carolinian regiment. Just change up the color. And let's give him a West Virginia. I don't know why West Virginia is in here. It's probably easier to code than saying just Virginia, but I wish there was just one Virginia because I don't have any recruits out of Virginia at the moment. Which is a shame, but I guess it's easier to code that way, so be it. So we'll take some North Carolinian commanders with us. So we'll take Julius Daniel. And we'll also take, not Ewell. We'll take Gabriel Rains because he might be promoted sooner than later. And then we will take, for the West Virginia brigade, we'll take just a Virginia commander because there is no West Virginia commanders. Ugh, poor Johnson. Johnson would be a perfect division commander, except he's been defamed. Ugh, that is such a shame. Such a shame. We'll put Ewell in charge. I know he's technically a cavalry commander, even though I don't think he's ever commanded cavalry in his entire life. So I don't know about that, but whatever. So there's that one. So we have Ewell, we have Rains, and we have Daniels, and I think we're going to combine these militia units here just because they're so small. And they just made just over 1,000 being combined together. We'll leave them as the Grafton Militia, and we will recruit another unit here for these guys. And we will recruit, let's do a Maryland unit. We'll recruit a Maryland unit. And we will put not Henry Sibley in charge of it, but we will put Archer in charge of it. I like Archer. And let's put another battery with these guys too. Let's get a North Carolinian battery in here. North Carolina, where are you? There you are. North Carolina battery, not with Farno in charge, please. But we will put Ramser in charge of the artillery that's coming out of North Carolina. Ooh, we can finally upgrade our artillery here. We'll also give him Napoleons. So alright, our West Virginia occupation force is slowly starting to gather. Pony Express is now closed. Sorry about everybody not getting their mail in time now. Very quiet on both fronts, but it is winter time. However, the AI doesn't seem to usually care if it's winter time or not. They'll just move in on you whenever they feel like it. Let's check our fleets. Do we have anything being built still? No, we do not. Okay, so I want to build a bigger ship. Can't really be too big of a ship. Maybe a sloop of war or a steam sloop. Because it can't really be any of these big old frigate type things, unfortunately. I mean, it could be, but I don't think the Confederate lines could just hold on to them really that well. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to build one sloop of war and two steam sloops. There we go. Because the brigs have more guns than the sloops do. So that is just absolutely crazy. Maybe we'll even get some more brigs too. One brig, two brig. Have we started on an ironclad yet? We have that as an ironclad. We have the CSS Virginia as the ironclad. Ironclad ramboat. We don't want the ironclad frigate. We'll also get the CSS Arkansas being built. Convention held in London. Mexico is under a threat of an invasion. Diplomacy 1 has been selected. So there's our one policy there. I think our next policy should be probably Militia Act 3. Because we are just going to be burning through our volunteers. Let's check Bragg out here. Army of Florida still needs more men to probably take this fort here. So what we're going to do is we'll give him maybe a couple more brigades, and then 2 more artillery pieces. We'll send some guys from Tennessee and Mississippi down here to help. Let's see. Put Posey in charge of that brigade. And then we'll also put... Oh, we need a Tennessee commander. Let's put Russell in charge of this brigade. And now we need 2 more artillery pieces for the Army of Florida. So do we have any Florida units available? No, we do not. We'll take a Georgia artillery unit, and then we'll also take a Alabama artillery unit. Not commanded by Forno, and also not commanded by Bedford Forrest. Oh, there's Edward P. Alexander. He doesn't need the engineering thing because he was General Longstreet's artillery commander during Gettysburg. So I think he needs the artillery thing. The artillery logo for his special expertise. There, that's the word, expertise. There's Robert Anderson. And then for the Alabama unit, I don't know if there's any actual Alabama artillery commanders left, because I know Pelham is from Alabama. But I don't know if there's anybody else down here that's from Alabama, and judging from this, there is not. So we'll just put Pettus in charge of it, it's fine. And we'll also just give Pettus some Napoleons as well. Alrighty. Continue. Checking out our squadrons here, as I haven't really done that quite yet. Jefferson Davis for 6 more years. Lovely. A little bit of a thunder crack, so there's a storm brewing here in Virginia. Everybody's settling down into their winter quarters. As the recruiting going in West Virginia, not bad. They're getting there. I would have figured they would have attacked us already. Usually they do. U.S. warns Europe to remain neutral. Union blockade proclaimed legal. New chapter in the trade warfare. European trade slowing down. That's not cool. Let's check on our finances real quick. We need industry to really keep going up. Please, we want that up and around 400. Trade warfare can stay where it's at. Agriculture, we can afford to lose some money in agriculture for a little bit. Diplomacy is also fine where it's at. We'll actually move it up to like 200 here. There we go. So, alright folks, that will do it for this episode of Grand Tactician's Civil War. Please like and subscribe, share this video with your friends if you really enjoyed it. I'll be doing some more Grand Tactician playthroughs with us, with you guys as soon as I can. Alright? Thank you guys. Be safe out there.